5 great signs he wants to be committed to you. In this video, you will discover some for sure signs so you get out of questioning, doubting, second guessing, calling your girlfriend, making the wrong interpretations, or God forbid, even hold on way too long to a relationship that is so not gonna lead to anything that you desire. Hey, I'm Antje Boyd, founder and creator of the Magnetize Your Man method. And look, this is the channel where we magnetize your man so that the man you want desires and, hello, most importantly, pursues you, right? Forever. It actually turns into actions, not just words. And for over a decade, my husband and I have been helping high achieving women to get the man and the relationship that they want. Of course, also make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and hit the bell as well for more juicy videos coming your way. And lastly, share it with a girlfriend or two that you feel like could really benefit from those powerful dating and relationship secrets. So let's go ahead and dive right into the 5 great signs that he is indeed committed to you. Number 5, he introduces you as his girlfriend, right? And so this is like really important because when women come to me, they always tell me, well, he's like great. We hang out together at home and we even like go somewhere, on a trip, but yeah, he doesn't, he just kind of says like we're friends, when we encounter other friends out, when we're out and about, we're in public, but he just like, but he really loves me. And I'm like, okay, girlfriend, I have news for you. Okay. If he's really committed to you, there is like no reason for him to not call you his girlfriend. Why wouldn't he? When he's committed to you, he is proud of you. He wants to share you with his friends, right? He's like, this is her. You know what I mean? Look at her. She's like shining. She's radiant. She's my girlfriend, right? So he's like very proud of that. And if he's not, I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it feels like it's the right match or if he feels like he's compromising or maybe he has someone else in the back pocket, right? Maybe he has another iron in the fire. We don't know. But definitely don't downplay this. I see women do this all the time. And it's definitely a sign that he is or he's not committed to you. Number 4 is he shares his shadows. So what is a shadow? A shadow is what people perceive as weakness, right? Like, something that they don't necessarily want to share with the other person. So maybe something embarrassing happened in high school and he doesn't really, advertise it, right, on the billboard. Or maybe he has actually like a secret fear. Maybe he actually has an insecurity that he normally doesn't tell people about. But he does it with you, right? And I really had this experience with one of my clients who really started to date this guy. And he was really opening up to her. And he was really sharing about, like things that, let's say, are not necessarily putting him into the best light. But because he trusted her, he was honest, transparent, and authentic. Now, my husband and I, we actually did a whole shadow ceremony. Now, what is a shadow ceremony, you ask? That is actually taking time. This was the night before our wedding, taking time to acknowledge each other's fears, right? I don't want to be found out about that I don't feel good enough. I don't always feel good enough. Or, I don't always feel like the skinniest. Or, I can feel insecure when this and the other happens. Or sometimes I want to run or something we're not necessarily proud of. So let me know in the comment section, what are some of your shadows that you have seen men are actually talking to you about and you really appreciated the authenticity, transparency, right? He shares the shadows and because he feels like magnified connection with you, right? And he wants to feel that. Number 3, he actively follows along when you talk. So he's actively listening, right? He's like, so you went to this trip and then what happened? Oh, wow, this happened in your relationship. Like, I can't believe this happened. Like, how did that make you feel? Right? So he is actually right there with you. He's like invested, he's interested, all those things, he's connected to you. And that is also for sure a sign that he's committed to you, because it costs him energy to do that, right? Like men are like single focused, and it's also hard to follow along, especially if there's not necessarily a point. So if he can do that, the more masculine is, by the way, if he can do that, that's a for sure sign that he is committed to you, right? Because it takes some effort and he is willing to put the effort in. Number 2 is he goes out of his way. So this is a great story. Like I had one client, and I hear this from my women all the time. Well, I'm dating this guy, but he lives like 2 hours away, or he lives like 4 hours away, or he lives half an hour away, right? And then the guy's like, well, how can we meet halfway? Or, why don't you drive up to me? I have so much laundry to do. I have to wash my hamster's hair tonight, and so on and so on. The reality is, when he's committed to you, he goes out of his way. So listen to this. When I was coaching one of my clients and I helped her to step into her queen, honor herself, like he actually made the trip twice. So he lived 2 hours away. So he drove to her to pick her up. Now it's a 2-hour drive, right? To pick her up, to drive to him. So it's now 4 hours for him, right? Spend the weekend together and then drive her back. So for him, it was like 8 hours for a weekend, right? So that's what happens. A man will go out of his way. I don't care what you say. I don't care how much it sense or how little sense it makes. When you step into your queen, right? When you respect yourself, when you value yourself, when you request it, when you know how to communicate powerfully into the man's value system. And lastly, you are in his future. But when he talks about his future, when he talks about Christmas, when he talks about his next trip, when he talks about, meeting the parents the next time, right? When he talks about the snow vacation, when he talks about fill in the blank next year, Easter, you are in it. He even uses the word we, right? We are going to have so much fun. We are going to, right? Like you are in it. Like he's planning with you. And he's going to ask you, hey, so we're going on this trip. So not only are you in it, but he's planning you into it, right? So if he says, we're going to Bora Bora in 2 months, he will actually say, so when are you actually off? When can we go to Bora Bora? When are you available for a week, right? Like, okay, cool. Like, let's book the tickets, what dates work for you? Maybe he surprises you, maybe he doesn't, just make sure the passport's up to date, all those things, right? So very grounded. I call this a builder versus a dreamer, right? So he's not just saying, hey, let's go, that would be so fun, because I know what you want to say. You want to say, well, Antje, I meet those guys, right? Like they make all those, but they call you to just say, we're going to fly, with American Airlines, we're going to fly with, whatever it is, right? On this date. Are you available? Right? We're flying out of this airport. Let's talk about logistics. Let's talk about hotels, all those things. You are in his future. Now, before I share my bonus secret, leave a comment and review of what you're most liking from this content so far. And lastly, this goes a little bit along with what I just said. My bonus here is words and actions match, right? So there's no like dreaming, wishing, pretending, thinking, you know what I mean? Like all those things, right? But it's like, it's happening. So when I met my husband, Brody, he said the first night we met that I'm the girl of his story. Now, I was like, yeah, that's all nice. You know what I mean? I heard this like a million times. Men are like, you always wanted, never expected a miracle, right? And the reality is, hold on a second. You know what I mean? Yeah, not so much, right? Like you dropped me the next morning. But with my husband, he literally did ask me out several times a week, and we really met and we had our dates and he followed up. So write that down for yourself. Words and actions match, right? And if it's hard for you to track it, put it in your calendar and actually see, wait a minute. So I've been talking to this guy online. Did he call when he said he's going to call, right? Are we going out on Sunday? Like he said, we're going to go out on Sunday. Is he following up on that, right? So you want to make sure words and actions match, because this man who is committed to you, he's a high value man who respects himself. His word is law. You may want to write that down. His word is law. Now, so many women who come to me have tried online dating, therapy, books, even matchmaking to get the love they want, and nothing seems to work for them, right? So if that's you, then take our free love quiz to get the man relationship you want. Hop on over to mymquiz.com, or simply click that link below. Ladies, this is it for today. Much love, and I will talk to you in the next episode. Bye-bye.